Hey, Kathy McDaniel here from KathleenMcDaniel.com, and I'm here today with another tip on how to use an item that you can keep in your prepper first aid kit that is shelf stable and can be used many different ways when you are feeling under the weather. Okay, what I want to do is help you have a few items that are shelf stable, that will last for a long time, that you can use as a first response to something going on with you or someone in your home when you just can't get to the doctor, you can't get to an emergency center, for something minor. Now, I am not a doctor, and I do not propose to cure or diagnose or treat. What I'm sharing with you is what I use to have a first response to something before I can get myself or someone in my household to the medical authorities. And just as an example of when I had something available to use, my mother not too long ago had a terrible, terrible earache. So I finally found a place that was actually open on the weekends to see her. It was just one of those med clinics. And we waited a long, long time, and her ear was killing her. And we went in, and the doctor, he was not very understandable, but he looked in her ear like for 3 seconds and said everything looked normal for her to go home and take an ibuprofen, which the doctor has told her not to take ibuprofen anyway. So I was pretty frustrated, to say the least. So I said, Mom, the only other option is to go to the emergency room, or I have some things that might help with the pain until we can get to see the doctor on Monday. And she said, no, I don't want to go to the emergency room and spend thousands of dollars on an earache. And I said, okay. We went, and I had some things in my first aid kit that we put on, and the pain went away completely. And then on Monday, she was able to call and make an appointment. Okay. So these are the kind of things that happen. Here's the thing. Even if that physician at that med clinic would have ordered some kind of medication for my mother, I was told that the pharmacies were all closed on the weekends now because they're just having trouble getting people to work late. There were no 24-hour pharmacies in this small town. I had to go out of town, and everything closed at 5. So, I think it's very important to have what I call a first response. When you feel like going to the emergency room of a hospital is not appropriate for what's going on. And then you can make your appointment in a more timely manner. All right. Or you just want to put somebody out of pain while, you want to reduce the pain, or you want to do something smart before you on your way to the hospital. When I'm feeling under the weather, or someone else in my household is feeling under the weather, I start out with this essential oil right here, and it is called Thieves. Okay, it has a funny name, and I'm going to tell you about that. All right, so Thieves Essential Oil is relatively well known. I mean, it is, if you hadn't heard of it, well, you're hearing about it now. It's very, very famous, and it's comprised of 5 oils, and including oils like clove and cinnamon and rosemary and lemon, and I believe it has eucalyptus. So you've got these oils mixed in here in appropriate ratios, and they are fantastic. There is some research behind it, and I have linked to it. I'm not going to discuss it in this video, but you should look at that. And that I just am linking to one study, and there are many others. So you can look that up. The first thing that I do for someone when they're just starting to not feel good, kind of feel a little crummy, is I will take this particular oil and put maybe if for an adult, I might put 4 to 6 drops in a cold air diffuser before bed. A cold air diffuser will take water and air and push the oil into the air, and people can breathe it in. It's really wonderful and lovely. And this particular oil smells fantastic. It smells like autumn because of the cinnamon. Most people really love the scent. The second way I use this oil, and I already have it set up for that, is that I put a roller top on the bottle. Okay, they don't come with roller tops. They come, here's a lemon oil. They come with a just a top here to help pour it out in drops. Smells good. All right, I put a roller top, and I save these bottles in order to, if I was going to give one to a guest, I don't want it back. They're going to use it. So I would just put maybe 10 drops of Thieves in an extra bottle with maybe 20 drops of a carrier oil, like you could put olive if that's what you've got, or grapeseed oil, or coconut, liquid coconut oil. So you can put that in there, and then they should roll it on their feet. Thieves is, because of the cinnamon, it's a hot oil, so it might irritate the skin. And so you don't want to just put that directly anywhere on the body. I think you want to, if you put it on the feet, it will go up into your body. And usually the bottoms of the feet are not sensitive to oils. Okay, the third way I use Thieves is to make something called Thieves tea. Now, Thieves tea there's a recipe all over the internet, but I'm linking to mine here in the description, and you can get that. But I'll tell you what it is. Basically, in its simplest form, Thieves tea is just maybe 1 or 2 drops in a cup of hot water. Okay, now, and you just sip on that, and you are able to take it internally. Now, when you take it internally, I recommend that you use the Thieves that's in a white labeled bottle like this. The Thieves oil in the brown bottle and the Thieves oil in the white label, if they both say Thieves, this one's called Vitality, this is a regular. There's no difference in the oil, but the company that I highly recommend, which is Young Living, they are the only ones that I'm aware of that label oils that can be used as a supplement. Okay, so or a flavoring or a supplement. So they are designated by the FDA as GRAS, generally regarded as safe. Okay, when used as directed. All right, so try to use just your Vitality oil when it's going to go into something like tea. Now, this is recommended when you're going to use it for diffusing or using it topically. Okay, so I would take 2 drops or 1 drop of the Thieves oil and put it in hot water. Okay, now for me personally, that doesn't taste that great. I will tell you the way I take it. What I do is I make an herbal tea, such as chamomile tea. That's one that I really like to take or to give to a guest, as long as they're not allergic to chamomile. And then I will take a teaspoon of Manuka honey. Now, I'm going to do another video on Manuka honey. It's different from raw honey. Raw honey is very good, but Manuka honey, that My goodness, there is so much about Manuka honey's benefits when you're not feeling well. And I'm going to link to information on that. So I will take a teaspoon of Manuka honey, put that those drops of Thieves in there, mix it around, and then put it into my herbal tea and sip that. Now, to make it even better and more powerful, I will add a drop of lemon vitality essential oil into the honey as well. Or if you have regular lemon slice, I keep a lot of dehydrated lemon, and I love to put lemon slices in there too. You can, all three of those will work. All right. So the fourth way I use Thieves Essential Oil when I or someone in my household is feeling under the weather is I use it in a capsule form through something called Inner Defense. Now, I do not believe Inner Defense is suitable for children. So you would definitely have to check with your doctor on that. But let me tell you what's in Inner Defense. They're capsules that have Thieves blend in there. And it also has an Inner Defense blend with those killer oils like oregano and some of these other oils like that. And you've probably heard of oregano's power to do great things in your body. But let me just say, do not take this as a prophylactic. You want to treat this the same as you would another kind of medication where you need to take your yogurt or probiotic after taking this. So you just take this while you're not feeling well and then stop. Okay. Because it's that powerful. So right there, you've got 4 ways to use this powerful formula very quickly. How did Thieves get its strange name? Okay, well, in a nutshell, the founder of this company had heard of a story about during the Middle Ages, there were thieves that were robbing the bodies of people who were dying from the plague, and they weren't getting sick. They got caught, and a judge said to them, supposedly, this is part of the story, said to them, "You will not die if you give us the secret to why you're not getting sick." And they told the judge that they were descended from spice traders, and they had a spice mixture that they rubbed all over themselves that protected them. And based on that story, Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, researched a number of recipes that was, his blends. He named it Thieves after that story. That, I guess it's a legend. But anyway, this thing really, really helps. All right. So let me just, before we wrap up, once again, let me just say something else. Essential oils can stay preserved as long as you keep the cap on tight for years and years and years. Okay. Most of them will outlive you. Now, I think citrus oils are oils that won't last quite as long, but they still last many years. I keep my citrus oils in the refrigerator because for the most part, I use citrus oils in water or in cooking. So I put those in the refrigerator. All right. They don't have to be refrigerated though, just to let you know. All right. So companion products. All right. Manuka honey is a honey that is from New Zealand, and it has long established benefit for your health and for helping to recover from illness. And honey, if you can't afford this is about $24 to $30 in the store. So I don't put it on my toast. Let me just tell you that I use this. I keep this in my first aid cabinet, and it is delicious. I will say that. But you don't want to buy fake Manuka honey. You want to have a reputable brand, okay? A Costco has one that is certified too. I believe it's about $30 there. So this is something you can keep for years and years in your pantry. Now, of course, the cheapest thing in the world to have available is salt. And you know that salt kills just about anything. So if you put it on your grass will die. So we know that's why Grandma always said to gargle. Don't swallow it, of course. Gargle with salt water, and that helps to kill germs in your throat. Now, I don't have it with me, but often I usually carry very inexpensive saline spray for the nose. And so you want to take your saline solution there as well. That's where a lot of times with cold and flu viruses, they start right in here. They start in this area. Try to, when you first start not feeling that great, try to get that taken care of quickly. Okay, another companion product. Okay, I've got honey, salt, and I did want to say also, I have this product right here, which is RC, and I'm going to have a separate video on this as well. It stands for respiratory and congestion. This one I like for coughing, and in the diffuser and on the chest, diluted with a carrier oil. Fantastic companion product. Also, even if I put Thieves in the diffuser, cold air diffuser, if there's coughing, I will go ahead and add this. And let's see. Frankincense is also helpful with cough, not as good as this, but I like to combine them. Okay, let's talk about 3 supplements that you could keep on your shelf that are very, very handy to have. All right, one of them is one of my favorites. It's called Ninja Red, and this is a goji berry juice, sometimes called wolfberry, and it has essential oils in it. It has, citrus oils, and it has blueberry juice. And I have found this to be very, very helpful when I'm under the weather. I take 2 of these a day when I don't feel well, and also it can help with energy as well. It's low glycemic, so that's something to consider. All right, now this is an over-the-counter item. You can even find it at Costco. There's something, it's called Airborne. Is this upside down? Yes, it is. Airborne. Okay, it says here it has vitamin C, 13 vitamins, minerals, and herbs. Okay, this was the person who created this developed it for flying, when just something you could keep in your travel bag when you were feeling under the weather. This is in fizzy form. I think it might be now in pill form. I'm not sure, but this I got at Costco, and it's got sugar in it, but it makes a lovely orangey flavored drink, and it's really nice to sip on. But I will tell you that the amounts of the vitamins that are what can be effective, they're not very high. Okay, so this is probably good when you're just kind of not feeling great, but better solution could be even just, I think in the past 2.5 years, a number of famous doctors have come out with supplements that can really help us during these cold and flu seasons. And I'm not going to discuss them on this video, but I will have a link. You'll be able to see that below if you want a heavier duty supplements for the cold and flu season. And also, they have no sugar in them. So you can listen to that and you do your research and you decide. Okay, and the last thing is, don't forget to keep available soup, okay? Chicken soup, sometimes called Jewish penicillin. Okay, there's a reason for that. I don't know what it is about chicken soup, but it really does help. And some people say, well, it's a warm liquid. No, there's something more to it than that. There's something because soup is just very important when you're not feeling well, for nutrition, for hydration. But what I would say is that while I'm a health nut and I make bone broth, and I have bone broth in also, I buy bone broth and I make it, and I love homemade soup. If it's you that's sick, if there's no one available to make you anything homemade, don't worry about it. You should have some cans of soup that you can drag yourself out of bed and throw into the pot and drink it. That is going to help you so much, even if it's not the most healthy soup in the world. It's nice to keep crackers around too. When you finally can eat a little something, you might be able to choke down some crackers. All right. So anyway, these are my go-to strategies for myself or anyone in my household who's starting to feel under the weather. And 9 times out of 10, they pop right back and say, I'm fine by the next morning or 2 mornings. Now, it's completely different if they're, already in full flu mode or virus mode. Yes, you can use these methods, but by that time, you really have to get a doctor involved. So that's why I think it's very important to nip things in the bud right away. All right. If you are enjoying these tips, I would ask you to consider subscribing. This is a new channel, and I want to just post as many tips as I possibly can. And so if you would, if you're interested, please subscribe and like this video. And also, I've got my website links below. All right. Thank you very much and have a great day.